What's up, YouTube? It's Saiyan here, coming at you with my second episode for looking at the OG Marvel DC versus System exclusive cards. If you haven't checked it out yet, then please do check out my first video in this series, which of course is about the Marvel Age of Apocalypse cards. And today we're going to have a look at the Coming of Galactus exclusive cards. And if you remember this folder from my previous video, then you know that this is the folder that contains all the goodies in there. So let's have a look as to what we have here for the Coming of Galactus cards. And I'm really close for having a full playset of the whole collection here. I'm only missing 3 cards, but we're gonna go through that as we look at the individual cards. So starting here right at the beginning with MEX 0001, you can see these cards are coded MEX, basically Marvel exclusives. The Coming of Galactus set, the first one and only, realistically one and only oversized card set. I say oversized because the Galactus card is an oversized card that you get as a part of that box set. It's basically a 3-player game design where 2 heroes would team up against Galactus, and to beef up their decks to be able to beat the Galactus decks, because Galactus gets like so many powerful cards in that little box. You get 4 of these cards, random cards, in every one of those boxes. So these cards obviously are all coming in foil, same as the Marvel Apocalypse cards. And their original idea was that, you know, exclusive cards, you can power up your decks when you're playing against the player who is controlling Galactus. So Daredevil here, 5-drop, 9/9, tap it. Remove any number of target attackers from this attack. Lose endurance equal to the combined cost of characters removed this way. I think he's a pretty decent card. Definitely can be surprising. The Marvel Knights affiliation is also pretty good. It took me a while to get these 4, but every once in a while some of them pop up, so it's not that difficult to get them. Dr. Doom, however, is one of the more expensive and more rare ones in the set, I would say. Partly because obviously you can always build a really good Doom deck, and this Doom perfectly fits into that deck. 10/8 for a 5-drop, and if he's in combat, whenever an opponent plays a plot twist, you may turn target plot twist in your resource row face down, so it allows you to reuse your plot twists, or maybe deactivate an ongoing one if you want to do that for whatever reason. But super cool card, fairly expensive from the cards from this set. Green Goblin, 4-drop, Sinister Syndicate, 7/6. You need loyalty, and whenever a friendly character attacks a player, directly draw a card. Really good little draw engine. It also has flight and range, which shouldn't be overlooked. Sweet little card. He's extremely buffed on that artwork as well. High Evolutionary, another card engine. Again, I'm missing 1 here. That's one of the 3 cards I'm still missing here. Hidden Character, and at the start of the build phase, each player draws a card. So pretty cool. If you're okay to share out that draw power, then High Evolutionary is definitely for your deck. Plus a 3/3 for a 2-drop is also really nice. Human Torch, 6-drop. He's a Spider Friends card, so you want him in your Spidey deck rather than your Fantastic Four. You have to pay X plus X attack this turn. Stun target character with defense X or less. Use only during the combat phase and only if Human Torch has not been in combat this turn. Okay card. Maybe wouldn't run it above some other cards, so let's move on. Kingpin. Kingpin's a sweet one. If Kingpin would become stunned instead, you may stun an adjacent character. It's got this obviously leader ability. But a 9/10 for 5 with range, I think it's alright, and I think you can definitely utilize its leader effect as well. Moving on, Mr. Fantastic. one out of two cards that were the last ones for me to get a copy of for the set. Obviously I have a copy each of these cards, hence why I'm showing off the set. But Mr. Fantastic, similar to Daredevil, every once in a while cards pop up, then there's nothing to be found for a while, and then you find some more again. 4/4/4/3 drop, and you can basically, depending what he's in combat against, you'll be able to either -4/+4 him, so it becomes a defensive wall, or if it's a 5 or more cost that he's combating against, then he becomes a beat stick, basically an 8/0. Pretty flexible card. I think I would definitely run him in a Fantastic Four build. Nightcrawler, definitely a good card. Basically allows you to, once you stun a defender, you can re-stun Nightcrawler, and you can't do breakthrough damage, and you can only attack defenders with the same cost this turn. But it can be a really good sweeper, particularly if your opponent's playing an army deck and is running on loads of 2 or 3 drop army characters. You can just sweep them out with Nightcrawler, so that's pretty cool. Pyro, another good one. I quite like the ability. Usual Pyro ability, target player loses endurance when you tap it, but this time for each resource he controls. So this card becomes better, you know, the longer we go in the game. Towards the end game, basically, when your opponent has 7-8 resources, it deals 7-8 damage without having to attack. So that's pretty good little burn ability. Second card I'm missing one copy of is Silver Surfer. Another one that's actually really rare. I found it really difficult to find. Silver Surfer, 7-drop 16/16. When he enters play, target player puts the top card of his deck into his resource row face down. When Silver Surfer next leaves that play, that player KOs that card. So you can definitely use it on yourself. Bit of acceleration to get closer. If you're running like a 9-drop or a 10-drop, you can get to that card quicker. Spider-Man, another well sought after card. You get again 3/3/4/2 is really good. He's also reservist, he's also Avenger, so he's got a lot of things going for him, and then he's basically giving you an Avengers crossover, which is really cool. Plus he has range as well, so I think it's a really sweet 2-drop as it is, perfect for an Avengers deck when you're looking for a reservist crossover card. Venom, again, all 4 of them here. I absolutely love the artwork. They even reused it in the 2 PCG game. 3-drop 2/4, so maybe the stats aren't the best, but basically you can buff him every turn. So yeah, it's an okay card. Artwork definitely pays for itself. Moving on to the plot twists, we got Infiltrate here. Not a difficult card to get by, to be fair. Basically, characters you can control can team attack protected characters, which is a really good ability. But, you know, quite a lot of characters do similar things, so you might not necessarily want to dilute your deck with this. Call in a Favor, arguably one of the best cards in this set, I would say. Any card that allows you to search is a good card. And I would say this is probably the most expensive, alongside with Dr. Doom from this set. Each player discards a card. If he does, he may search his deck for a character card that shares an affiliation with that card, really, and put it into your hand. So I think it's a really good search engine. Obviously, there are some other ones out there as well, but this is a particularly good one. Then we got Strategic Thinking. It's something that I first thought was an ongoing plot twist until I realized that, oh, actually it isn't. So you basically want to drop it at the beginning of your recruit phase. Whenever a character enters play this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it. It can go really nicely into Age of Apocalypse decks, where you have major gains by having +1/+1 counters on your characters. So definitely one to consider for that type of deck. And the artwork is really cool. It's really funny. I like that artwork very much. Then probably one of the weakest cards in this set is Internal Injuries. Play only during the build phase. It's a bit of burn, so whenever target character becomes stunned, this turn its controller loses an additional 4 endurance. You can run it pretty well with Nightcrawler, for example, or well, basically any card that you know you're gonna be able to stun that particular card your opponent has. Or if you decide to use it in a different way, if you want to lose endurance yourself, you can actually play this card for one of your own characters. I would not recommend that realistically. The final card that I'm still missing a copy of is Common Bond. This card, I honestly thought for a while that it was a myth that this card exists. I knew that I was missing a particular copy because obviously I could work out the numbers that I haven't had any MEX 017. But it took me a long time to get my first copy. And then as soon as that barrier opened, I did quite quickly manage to get another 2 copies, obviously from different resources, different sellers. But it's just one of those things that it's probably quite sought after. It's actually not too expensive. It's about $3.50, something like that. So it's really not an expensive one, but quite difficult to get by anyway. To play discard a card, character with cost X gets plus X attack this turn, where X is the cost of the card you discarded. If you're looking for a discard outlet and also pump your own characters, this is perfect. And then we got Tarnax 4, the only location in this set. Tap it, discard a card. Again, it's a good discard outlet. Target character gets +1 attack this attack for each affiliation it has. Could be useful, particularly obviously this is designed for a scroll deck. But you can use it in different means as well. And we got 2 equipment in this set. We got Silver Surfer's board, which is another rare one. It's another expensive one. I really don't know of many cards that would allow you to put cosmic counters onto cosmic characters, particularly if it's a cosmic character but not a cosmic surge character. It's quite difficult to be able to reuse their power. Although their powers are normally pretty good. Zeitgeist comes into mind right now. So this is definitely a really good card if you have a cosmic character type of deck. And then finally the Ultimate Nullifier. Again, this was also reused in the 2PCG game. I don't know if the artwork was exactly, but I do know that the card design was. Basically tap it. You have to tap the character it's attached to, obviously. And negate target opposing payment or triggered effect. So again, it's just literally what the Ultimate Nullifier does. And we got a couple of extras here that just sort of accumulated over time. Again, I was collecting these cards for many years and I am still trying to get my hand on the last 3 missing pieces. Common Bond, Silver Surfer, and High Evolutionary there. But I really do hope that you guys have enjoyed this quick video of the second set of these exclusive cards that I'm very, very passionate about. And make sure you tune in for my upcoming videos as well. We will be featuring another 2 sets eventually, but I don't want to do it until I'm still missing a card or 2 from one of those sets. So I'm working on that obviously, and I will bring those videos to you guys as soon as I can as well. But up until that time, peace out YouTube. Saiyan signing out.